Manly dog breeds. That's what we're going to talk about today on Alpha Male Podcast. The podcast where we talk about being a man the right way, with God at the center, Judeo-Christian values, and real-world first-hand experience. Manly dog breeds. No Chihuahuas. No Yorkies. No French Bulldogs, although they are adorable. No, we're talking about manly dog breeds. This is the third one I've recorded. It will be on the German Shepherd, perhaps the most popular of the dog breeds I'm going to talk about. So even though I'm recording it third, it may come out first. Also, I probably have the most professional experience. Anyway, hopefully you're liked and subscribed following the show so you can get all the dog breeds unless you just care about this one. But the German Shepherd, iconic working dog. I probably have the most professional experience with a German Shepherd. If you listen to normal episodes, I normally put in a bio: military, law enforcement, private contractor, the commander of a tactical team to stop active shooters. I was never a canine. I was a police officer. I wasn't a canine officer. When I was the commander of a tactical team, I was a manager. I had more than 30 people under me on that elite team to stop active shooters. Also had several canines. We had detection dogs, bomb detection dogs. Obviously, if we're there to stop active shooters, bombings are a real threat too. We had sniff dogs, and we had a bite program. We had a fairly even split, if I remember correctly, of German Shepherds and Malinois. So I have a fair deal of professional experience with the German Shepherd. And I also had one growing up. It was a dog that I really, really wanted. I got one. He was a good dog. I wasn't a very good owner, mostly because I was just a young teenage boy and I had other stuff on my mind. I should have been a better owner. He was a fine dog. I did have one growing up. Anyhow, to keep it fairly consistent, talking about the dog breeds, I will mostly go to AKC and Wikipedia and my own personal knowledge, training, and experience. Let's talk about the German Shepherd, shall we? Okay, so going to AKC here. Generally considered dog kinds, I didn't know that was a term. Anyway, finest all-purpose worker, the German Shepherd dog is a large, agile, muscular dog of noble character and high intelligence, loyal, confident, courageous, and steady. The German Shepherd is truly a dog lover's delight. German Shepherd dogs can stand as high as 26 inches at the shoulder and, when viewed in outline, present a picture of smooth, graceful curves rather than angles. The natural gait is a free and easy trot, but they can turn it up a notch or two and reach great speeds. There are many reasons why German Shepherds stand in the front rank of canine royalty, but experts say their defining attributes in character, loyalty, courage, confidence, the ability to learn commands for many tasks, and the willingness to put their life on the line in defense of loved ones. German Shepherds will be gentle family pets and steadfast guardians, but the breed standard says there's a certain aloofness that does not lend itself to immediate and undiscriminate friendship. Okay, so that's what the AKC has to say about the German Shepherd. Let's look at some quick stats they give on the German Shepherd here. They basically rate out of 5. Like, it's not 5 stars, it's dashes, but you get the idea. It's like out of 5. Affectionate with family, 5 out of 5. Good with young children, 5 out of 5. Good with other dogs, 3 out of 5. Shedding level, 4 out of 5. Coat grooming, 2 out of 5. Drooling level, 2 out of 5. I didn't never consider them a fairly drooly dog, but let's see. Family life, all traits, social. Openness to strangers, 3 out of 5. Playfulness, 4 out of 5. Watchdog protective nature, 5 out of 5. Adaptability level, 5 out of 5. Trainability, 5 out of 5. Energy, 5 out of 5. Barking level, 3 out of 5. Mental stimulation needs 5 out of 5. So, touching on a couple of those. Now, I've talked about this when I talked about the other breeds, but this may be the first one that comes out. Dogs are individualistic. Dogs are individuals. They have their own individual characteristics. There may exist out there somewhere a French bulldog that can do parkour off a wall and rip your throat out and be a great home defense dog. But I doubt it. Usually, breed standards and breed characteristics are useful for determining what a dog is going to be like. Whole kind of point for breed standards. Speaking of which, I guess I should cover the size and weight. 24 to 26 inches male at the shoulder, 22 to 24 inches female at the shoulder. So not a giant amount of sexual dimorphism there in the height. Male 65 to 90 pounds and female 50 to 70 pounds. And it said high intelligence. And that is a great thing, especially for a working dog. However, you got to think about that. High intelligent dogs generally need a lot of mental stimulation. Otherwise, they get bored. And having a bored dog can lead to problems. I think a good healthy dog, especially an active dog, an active breed, should have a fair amount of physical activity and mental stimulation. One or the other is not generally going to be sufficient. Because a large, bored, unexercised dog generally doesn't bode well. I'm not talking like you live in an apartment and you're going to walk the dog once a day. That's generally not enough. If that's what you're looking for and you want a German Shepherd, I'd encourage you to maybe get an older German Shepherd. But a young German Shepherd, I'd say, going to require more exercise. They're usually a highly intelligent dog, which means you should be ready to train them. In my experience, highly intelligent dogs like to train, look forward to training, is good for them. You're not willing to daily give them some rigorous exercise and daily give them a fair amount of mental stimulation. I'm talking more than just sit and paw, like tracking work or walking, heeling off a lead, things like that take more mental stimulation. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about my own experiences here, what I know about the breed, or what I think I know about the breed. I could be wrong. I'm just a human. Double check this stuff. But one of the good and bad things about the German Shepherd is they're super popular. So if you want a purebred German Shepherd, a positive, you're likely going to be able to find one if you live in a smaller area. Whereas some of the other dogs I've talked about that I really like Rhodesian Ridgebacks, which is my current dog, or an Akita, purebred, either one of those, is going to be a little bit harder to find. A German Shepherd is going to be easier to find. And often, with just more common breeds, they tend to be, you can spend as much or as little as you want probably, but tend to be less expensive. Here's the flip side of that. They have been bred a lot. Just because the German Shepherd should be a working dog does not mean that everybody that breeds them as working dogs. A lot of them and a lot of the lineages have been bred a long time for companion dogs, which is fine if you want a companion dog. I do believe the military and law enforcement, for a while, were getting our shepherds from other countries because they didn't have that same issue. Their bloodlines were more geared towards working dogs, whereas ours were more just geared towards family pets. So you could get a vastly, vastly different dog that's technically a German Shepherd, but one is an actual working dog and one is a pet. So just realize that. And there was a thing, I think they've gotten away from it now. There was a time when they bred the back legs, the rear legs, to kind of slope down. They thought it looked good, but I think found out that was not really good for the dog. If you look at coyotes, wolves, like a natural canine, don't have that. There's a reason. So they had some hip issues. So just, again, they've been bred a lot, And I guess the big question is, have they been bred for looks and companionship, or have they been bred for a working dog? And what do you want the dog to do? Also, it's important to consider what they were bred for initially. They're working dogs, they're police dogs and whatever, military dogs, but what are they? They're shepherds. It's in the name, German shepherds, livestock dogs. High energy, high mental stimulation, not a great hunting dog. Again, individualistic. You might find a German shepherd that can kill a rabbit. I'm talking about routinely going out in the bush, in the wilderness, and taking game. I think it's kind of ironic that you see them in a lot of like post-apocalyptic and like prepper stuff, because I don't think that they're very good in that role. They're also very barky. Not very barky, but they got what I think 3 out of 5 for barking. It's not an attribute I generally want. I like a dog that will bark only when absolutely necessary. That's just me. Anyway, I think it's kind of overblown how they're in like all the post-apocalyptic and survival-y type stuff. That's not to say they're a bad dog. They're a fine dog. They're a highly intelligent dog. I think they're a dog that does best when it has an actual purpose. Anyway, let's look at Wikipedia, see if they have anything different on the German Shepherd. Anyway, while I'm looking up Wikipedia, I think the German Shepherd is a good all-around working dog. Caveat with like the right lineage and characteristics. I do think they're a bit overrated. But that doesn't make them a bad dog breed. I think they're a fine dog breed, and I think there's a reason they became so popular. All right, this is Wikipedia. The German Shepherd, also known in Britain as an Alsatian, I did not know that. Anyway, is a German breed of working dog of medium to large size. The breed was developed by Max von Stephanitz using various traditional German herding dogs from 1899. It was originally bred as a herding dog for herding sheep. It has since been used in many other types of work, including disability assistance, search and rescue, police work, and warfare. It is commonly kept as a companion dog. And it goes on. Look a little bit about the history. That might be interesting. It talks a little bit about the early thing trying to establish a breed standard. Then it says, with the rise of large industrial cities in Germany, the predator population began to decline, rendering sheepdogs unnecessary. At the same time, the awareness of sheepdogs as a versatile, intelligent class of canine began to rise. Max von Stephanitz, an ex-cavalry captain and former student of the Berlin Veterinary College, was an ex-member of the Phylax Society who firmly believed dogs should be bred for working. He admired the intelligent strength and ability of German native sheepdogs, but could not find one single breed that satisfied him as the perfect working dog. In 1899, von Stephanitz was attending a dog show when he was shown a dog named Hector. Linkschuren, let's go with that. Hector was a product of a few generations of selective breeding and completely fulfilled what von Stephanitz believed a working dog should be. It says he bought the dog and began to breed it. In just a few decades, the breed became one of the world's most popular and numerous, a position it has maintained to this day. By 1923, a lot of German names in here, the Verein für Deutschen Schufenhund claimed 50,000 dues-paying members in more than 500 branches in Germany alone. Again, kind of collaborating what I talked about before with it. It's a very popular breed. Under uses, there's a whole thing under working dogs. I'll read just a bit of it because this podcast would just get too long. The German Shepherd is one of the most widely used breeds in a wide variety of scent work roles. These include search and rescue, cadaver searching, narcotics detection, explosive detection, which again is what I had a bit of experience with. So I was around them in law enforcement and narcotics detection. Didn't work closely with them. Accelerant detection, mine detection dog, among others. They are suited for these lines of work because of their keen sense of smell and their ability to work regardless of distractions. All right, so German Shepherds. They're a good, versatile, working dog breed. I stress working. I think they're happiest when they have a job to do, when they have a good deal of physical exercise and mental stimulation. And most of the dogs that I'm going to talk about are like that, but the German Shepherd especially, they're intelligent dogs, which means stimulation is important. Also, they're a sheddy dog, so keep that in mind. Again, I think it's a good all-around working dog breed. I think they're a little bit overrated, but that doesn't make them not a good dog. A couple of side notes. A really good book, How to Be Your Dog's Best Friend. You're looking for a good book on training dogs. And I think they primarily deal in that. It's by monks who train dogs. And they primarily, I think, deal with the German Shepherd. So you couldn't use it for other dog breeds. It's a good book. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap up the German Shepherd episode. Again, if you want to listen about other breeds, make sure you're like, subscribed, and following. If this is your first episode, welcome to the podcast. And if not, welcome back. I'm humbled that you come here. Thank you. I'm humbled God uses me to serve you in any kind of capacity. It's a humbling thing. With that, I think in this series I'm going to forgo the tactical tip, but I will throw in a tactical verse. God blessed them and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. It's the proper order for you to have dominion and control over your animals. It is not good for you, and it's not good for them to just let them do whatever they want, to let them have dominion over you. You're supposed to rule over your animals, have dominion over your animals. That includes your dog. It's your responsibility. If your animal hurts something, breaks something, messes something up, that's on you. It's good and healthy for them to have discipline. It's a better life for them and for you. So for these manly dog breeds we're talking about, really any animal under your control, have dominion over it. With that, thanks for listening and have a blessed day.